Is my husband doesn't want to be mentally stimulated by me when he gets home at 7 p.m. He has to save up his final brain cell for whatever deep philosophical question our 4-year-old swings at him at bedtime. Gosh, that is so true. Okay, so I obviously have thoughts about this as someone who has talked about this whole Tradwife trend in the past and who also is a traditional woman and who is a wife and a mom and a Christian. And I think it's great for women to stay at home. Obviously, I have this podcast, which affords me a lot of flexibility to still prioritize my family and doing something that I love and also feel called to. But I do believe that there are some jobs that are simply not conducive to motherhood when your kids are really little, like most corporate jobs, a lot of jobs that are completely inflexible. And so I am all for moms staying at home full time. What I don't agree with when it comes to this Tradwife trend, as I've talked about many times, is the attempt to make traditionalism or being a traditional wife and mom into an aesthetic. The Tradwife trend online is largely, not exclusively, but largely a cosplay by women who are working while they're also telling you that they're not working and that you should not work. So they're spending 8 to 12 hours a day making content. And it's not the work that bothers me as much as just the hypocrisy of that. I mean, I think that women can work in a way that allows them to prioritize their family. This job allows me to do that. You will never hear me say, oh, well, there's just a season of time where you shouldn't be learning, you shouldn't be growing, you shouldn't be reading. It's okay if you're dumb. It's not. Christians are called to love the Lord our God with all of our heart, mind, soul, and strength. We are called, if we are moms, to teach our children. We are called, if we are any kind of Christian woman, to mentor other women, to learn from other mentors. That means that we should be reading our Bibles, that we should be talking about the Bible, we should be knowing theology, we should have the ability to reason, we should be praying for wisdom as the book of James tells us to do, and we should be applying all of these things to whatever task is at hand. If you look at the Puritans, if you go back to the women of the Bible, Lois and Eunice, that passed down their Christian faith, their theology to Timothy. We see Aquila and Priscilla corrected the theology of Apollos, and that was a couple, Priscilla obviously being the woman, but the Bible says that both of them, they knew the gospel well, and they were able to correct the theology of this very articulate Apollos. Mary's Magnificat demonstrates a deep understanding of theology. Number 2, being a girl boss is not always intellectually stimulating. In fact, many professions actually reward you for falling in line, following protocol without asking questions, pleasing your boss, and that's it. In fact, in corporate America, you are expected to censor your thoughts, police your speech, limit your creativity so that you don't rock the boat. The right words, say the right words, follow the rules, and you can get ahead, especially if you are a woman. Intellect, critical thinking, creativity are not required in many jobs today. So a lot of it is more physically and emotionally tough in the early years, but if you wait until your child turns 4, 5, and 6, you will see that this is not a time as a mom to be dumb. This is a time where we are using our brains a lot. You better be really smart because your kids are about to ask you some really, really smart questions. As long as you're not pacifying them with a screen all day and you're allowing their mind to work and observe things and ask questions, they are going to ask you things that really challenge you.